Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we've got something special, something that blends muscle car heritage with modern-day engineering. Yes, it's the 2025 Pontiac GTO. That name alone stirs nostalgia in gearheads around the world. But this time, it's not just about the past. Pontiac may be a name we haven't heard from in a while. But with this reboot of the legendary GTO, it's making a bold, noise-filled comeback. Let's start by just looking at it. The first thing that hits you is the aggressive front end. It's bold, but not trying too hard. You've got that wide, low-slung stance, a sculpted hood with functional heat extractors, and piercing LED headlights that look like they're squinting at you in pure intimidation. The grille is split, just like in the original GTO, but here it's been modernized sleek, blacked out, with sharp honeycomb mesh and a subtle Pontiac badge sitting proudly in the middle. And if you're wondering, yes, that hood bulge is real. There's performance hiding under there. The design doesn't let you forget it. From the side, you start to see how much this isn't just a retro throwback. It's forward-thinking, muscular, and refined. There are wide haunches that remind you this car means business, with flared wheel arches housing 20-inch forged alloy wheels. The profile is surprisingly aerodynamic for a muscle car, with sleek character lines that flow from the front fenders, all the way back. And take a look at those side mirrors. They're sculpted like blades, with turn signal integration and a carbon fiber finish on the higher trims. Even the door handles sit flush with the body, a touch you'd expect more from a supercar than an American icon. As we move to the rear, the design team really brought it all together. A full-width LED light bar connects the two sharp, almost jet fighter-style taillights. The rear bumper features a diffuser setup and quad exhaust outlets that don't just look great, they sound phenomenal. There's a subtle rear lip spoiler that adds just enough downforce without screaming for attention. And yes, there's a real trunk knot, huge, but enough to make this car more than just a weekend toy. Now stepping inside the GTO, you're welcomed into a cabin that finally feels like Pontiac took a leap into the future. The interior blends performance cues with real comfort and usability. The seating is sporty but doesn't sacrifice everyday usability. You get heavily bolstered leather and Alcantara seats with red contrast stitching and GTO embossing. The steering wheel is flat-bottomed, thick-rimmed, and wrapped in leather. Paddle shifters are mounted solidly behind it, giving off that tactile, satisfying click with every gear change. At the center of the dash sits a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster, paired with a 13.1-inch infotainment touchscreen angled slightly toward the driver. The user interface is intuitive, fast, and supports both wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The GTO also features a dedicated performance telemetry App0 260 timers, G-force meters, lap tracking, it's all here. Below the screen are physical knobs for volume and climate control, a welcome touch in a world gone to touchscreen heavy. And yes, you get a premium sound system, but let's be honest, you're not here for the speakers. You're here for what's under the hood. Speaking of which, let's talk performance. The 2025 GTO offers two engine options. The base version comes with a 5.7-liter naturally aspirated V8, making around 455 horsepower. A nod to the original, and yes, you can get it with a 6-speed manual transmission. But the real monster is the supercharged 6.2-liter V8 that cranks out a pavement-tripping 650 horsepower and 630 pound-ft of torque, paired to a lightning-quick 10-speed automatic with launch control and active rev matching. This thing absolutely flies 0 to 60 in just over 3.4 seconds. And it's not just straight-line speed either. With magnetic ride control, an adaptive suspension system, and a near 50/50ths weight distribution, the new GTO corners far better than its muscle car roots would have you believe. As for pricing, Pontiac has done something interesting. The base GTO starts around $52,000, which, for what you're getting, is competitive, especially when you look at the performance and interior tech. The higher trim, the GTO Judge Edition with the supercharged engine, carbon accents, and track package will set you back closer to $72,000. That might sound steep, but in the context of what modern muscle and performance coupes cost, it's right in the mix and, dare I say, worth it. So who is this car for? Well, if you're a muscle car purist who wants a nod to the past but lives in the modern world, this is your dream come true. It's also perfect for younger buyers who've heard the legend of the GTO but want something that fits into today's performance landscape. It's got attitude, usability, and tech without selling out on identity. Pontiac could have easily slapped a badge on a generic coupe and called it a day. But they didn't. They actually built something that honors the legacy while pushing forward. And that deserves credit. If there's one thing I'd suggest for future updates, maybe a hybrid option or some form of electrification could help this model stay competitive as emissions regulations tighten. But for now, purists will be thrilled that it's staying raw and analog where it matters. That wraps up our deep dive into the 2025 Pontiac GTO. It's fast, it's loud, it's refined, and it's here to make a statement. Pontiac is back, and if this is what they're offering, we can't wait to see what's next. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments, would you take the new GTO over something like a Mustang Dark Horse or the Challenger SRT? Let's talk muscle. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.